A historic agreement between Arizona and Ukraine taking place in Washington as President Volodymyr Zelensky met with the Arizona Defense and Industry Coalition.
There's an opportunity here for Arizona to be developing a relationship with Ukraine, not only to help sustain them through the war, but long after.
Lindy Smith, the president of the coalition, spoke to Arizona's family about what this new agreement means for both our state and Ukraine.
We've been really working diligently with Ukraine officials for the last couple months since visiting Kyiv in June.
This fall, Ukraine will be sending pilots to Arizona to train on the F-16 fighter jets, something they began setting up when they visited the war-torn country over the summer.
We're very proud of that accomplishment. We have world-renowned training centers in Arizona for pilots.
During this recent meeting on Thursday, Smith says the AZDIC is working with their 1,200 defense contractors as Ukraine invests in the need of defense, such as munition development, demining, cybersecurity, among other things. But they say their focus on this agreement isn't just about the war, but also rebuilding the country.
As Arizona companies invest in the development of production in Ukraine, and Ukraine seeks to use that production to supply defense and other related materials to the wider European region, that provides just increased influence and opportunity for Arizona companies across the globe.
Smith is hopeful the financial agreement with Ukraine will boost Arizona's economy, as it gives the opportunity for businesses to grow in another country and could encourage other countries to work with Arizona in a similar manner in the future. The AZDIC plans to do another visit to Ukraine this fall to see what else the country needs during this time. In the newsroom, I'm Stephen Sarabia for Arizona's Family.
Stephen, thank you.